Welcome to the Dutch Miller Auto Show.
Today on the Dutch Miller Auto Show.
My buddy Oliver Frederick, he's created a little freeze-dried company. He's a kid, and he's created this thing called Freeze King, and he freezes all these different candies.
So it's just freeze-dried candies.
Okay, so take a Skittle. Yeah. Imagine like you're popping it like a popcorn kernel. It pops.
Yeah.
So now it's crunchy, has the flavor of a Skittle, but then dissolves in your mouth.
Huh. Okay.
You need to look up Oliver Frederick, the Freeze King, and get some freeze-dried Skittles from Oliver.
What is your favorite candy that no one else likes?
Oh, favorite candy that no one else likes?
Dots. I love Dots.
Dots?
I love Dots. No one else in my family, like during Halloween, during trick or treat, there's all these Dots left over in the bags, and they're my favorite.
It's the Dutch Miller Auto Show. Entertaining West Virginia for over 15 years. With your host, Chris Miller and Wes Thompson. Recorded on location right here in Huntington, West Virginia. And now, Chris and Wes.
We are back. I'm Chris Miller along with
Wes Thompson.
And we are filming right now from the Delta Hotel in Huntington, the Dutch Miller Auto Show, which we've been doing for years and years and years and years and having an absolute blast doing it.
It's been a good time. You know, Dave, the camera guy,
Dave the producer,
he said before we got going, like, all right, fight fans, just trying to get us going.
Yeah.
It reminds me, you know, Chris, we've been involved with this thing. There's these 1 minute, 1 round boxing matches.
Yeah.
And one is coming up right here in West Virginia. Now, this is in Beckley, June 28th. Saturday, June 28th. And so imagine this. 1 minute, 1 round only. So this is boxing, no headgear.
I love that we're not even talking about cards right now.
No.
This is a riot.
I heard fight fans, and I was like, no, we got to talk about this. Folks, can Dave put some of this in the show?
Yeah, absolutely. So Wes and I are involved in promoting something called the Mountain State Brawl, which is a 1 minute, 1 round fight tournament. The next one coming up is June the 28th in Beckley. And it literally is like watching 35 bar fights all in one night.
Yeah, I mean, literally, so think about that. 60 seconds only, 1 round only, and then you advance. So to win it all, you have to win 3 fights in your weight class, right? But what I'm saying is, think about the fact that, like, cardio is not as much a factor. I mean, going all in for 60 seconds, you're still going to get winded especially if you're me. But, like, these people, it's basically berserker mode. It's like melee mode for 60 seconds. It's all headshots. It's all just blasting in the mouth.
It's a riot.
It's
an
wild.
Absolute riot.
By the way, you can go to chillsports.net and
check it out.
So
when and where is this?
June 28th in Beckley, West Virginia. Chillsports.net, though, you can go on and look for the Mountain State Brawl, and you can actually pay-per-view this thing.
It's crazy. Wow. Yeah, it is absolutely crazy. It is definitely worth your time. Either come to the event and buy a ticket and watch in person, or just watch it in pay-per-view, from the comfort of your own home. It is crazy. It is absolutely some of the most fun that you will ever have when it comes to fighting.
How about the announcers? Are they okay?
Yeah, mediocre.
Wes and I are emceeing this, is how I said we're involved in the promotion. So we do the color commentary and the play-by-play ringside, and it's wild.
This other much more experienced gentleman does a good job of calling the fight.
He does, but that's not what we're there for.
We're not there for that.
That's why they call it color commentary.
By the way, you see everything from like fighters that are literally like professional grade fighters to this one guy who won the first round in jorts.
It was special.
Yeah.
To say the least. Starvin' Marvin was his
Marvin Workman. And they called he called himself Starvin' Marvin. And after he won, he jumped up on the turnbuckle and did a backflip. In jorts. I want him to wear Crocs for the next one.
Only at the Mountain State Brawl will you see stuff like this.
Yes. But then in the next fight, you'll see, like, we saw
real fighters and athletes,
a couple of fighters that I wouldn't want to tangle with. Well, I wouldn't want to tangle with Starvin' Marvin. I mean, he came at him. He came out of the gate just like a buzzsaw.
Trying to fight a chainsaw.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Today is the Hope on Wheels Hyundai handprint ceremony.
I got a call from Sam Miller and Chris Miller and saying, hey, you need to apply for this. We have pediatric cancer work going on in the Huntington area, Barboursville area, in the region, and we think that you could get this grant. So we applied, and we got a $100,000 grant.
Our goal at Hope on Wheels is to help kids grow and succeed in a world free of pediatric cancer.
The impact of this grant will be significant because we will be able to hire a nurse educator that will help facilitate our patients and their families while they're going through pediatric oncology treatment and cancer treatments.
That's what we're here for. This is for children. This is the impact in their lives that this money can make. So thank you guys very, very much for coming. We appreciate it.
I am just so thankful for Chris and Sam and the whole Dutch Miller family for their heart to give to the community, but that they called us out of the blue and said, hey, we heard about this, you should apply for it. And you know, here we are $100,000 later with the ability to hire the specialized nurse and really help families in our region who are going through the worst kind of time.
What if you only had one round and 60 seconds to go all in? It's the Mountain State Brawl, the only 1 minute, 1 round boxing tournament ever. Get your tickets or pay-per-view pass now at chillsports.net. 1 minute, 1 round, 1 night only for the first time ever. Only at the Mountain State Brawl, presented by Chill Sports at chillsports.net.
Extra, extra! High prices are on the run, and a new hero is behind the wheel. It's Truckman! Faster than sticker shock, tougher than market turmoil, and strong enough to haul unbeatable deals. For a limited time at Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, get brand new 2025 Sierras in stock, priced as low as $43,647. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, where every GMC truck comes loaded with savings, not nonsense.
GMC, we are professional grade. Anyway, so cars.
Yeah, we sell cars.
Dutch Miller Automotive.
We are the state's only car dealership that has anywhere from 400 to 600 cars in stock, priced below $200 a month. Or priced below $250 a month. That is just incredible to say. We've got an awesome inventory right now, as we speak. In just a flash snippet of time, we have 137 vehicles in stock, priced below $20,000.
And
That's
Chris,
just awesome.
And you're doing a big focus on pre-owned vehicles right now. You've got a lot of pre-owned inventory in here. So if you're feeling the effect of tariffs, or if you're feeling the effect of any kind of inflation or anything, you don't want to go out and spend the money on a brand new car, you are loaded down with pre-owned vehicles right now.
Looking at some of this stuff, like I've got at our Barboursville location, I have a Tesla Model 3 in stock that is $18,325.
That's less than $20,000 for a Tesla.
Yes, Model 3. I've got, if my internet was a little quicker, I could show you a little bit faster in real time, but we are dealing with the Wi-Fi here at the Delta, and sometimes, it gets a little temperamental.
It's a rainy day.
Yeah,
the day that we were shooting this.
Correct. It is a rainy day, and we'll be positive about all this stuff.
All right, so Dave's giving me hand signals, and I don't know.
With the internet.
No,
it's
all
functional-ish.
Good. You know what? This is real TV, Dave.
Yes.
So sometimes there's internet problems in life,
Very real.
Everybody at home can identify with an internet issue.
At our Subaru location, we have a white Grand Cherokee. It's a 2019 for $16,989.
Thing looks clean too.
That is
and Chris, when you get these
awesome
cars, they go through a rigorous inspection process. So, anything that you're putting out there is a quality vehicle.
We have some incredibly well-trained technicians that spend time checking all these vehicles out too, and they do a really, really good job. We have technicians at every single one of our locations that are entrusted with inspecting our used cars, and these guys are so thorough. They just do a great job all the way around.
And by the way, when it comes to pricing these cars, Chris, you're not taking any chances. You're not guessing. You're using software, tech, to go in and try to price your vehicles below basically anybody else in the market.
Yeah,
right?
we use a detailed software system that allows us to analyze every vehicle like what we have in a 250-mile radius, and then analyze our car compared to everybody else's from quality condition and give us a price that's lower than what everybody else sells theirs for. So it's a pretty good gig. It makes things very, very easy when it comes to how we price stuff. And, it makes sure that our customers get a great deal right up front. It just makes their lives easier.
That's what friends and family pricing is.
Bingo.
Chris, let's go through it real quick. Right there in Huntington, you've got Dutch Miller Hyundai and Chevrolet right there on the west end of Huntington.
Correct.
Dutch Miller Kia Barbersville, which is the original home of friends and family pricing. And then as you move up the road there, you get into Charleston. You've got Dutch Miller Kia of South Charleston, Dutch Miller Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of South Charleston, Dutch Miller Subaru of Charleston. And then you move on up the road to Ripley. You've got Dutch Miller Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Dutch Miller Ford of Ripley. And then up the road a little bit further, you've got Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall. South. Up the road. I mean, you can go down south and still go up the road.
Ripley's north, Beckley's south, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Ish.
It's directions.
Yeah,
You get in the car, I'm going up there. That's what my granddad would have said, up there.
Up there.
Up there. And and by the way, let's not forget you got the pre-owned lots. We got one right there in Cerrito Canova.
Yep.
And then of course you have two right there in the Beckley area as well.
We do. In Lewisburg in particular, we've got one.
How about that? Yep. How about that?
Yep. And
16 rooftops, I believe, Chris.
Correct. Crazily, we're trading for all kinds of things right now, including motorcycles. So if you're looking for a killer deal on a motorcycle, I have a couple of them in stock as we speak. One of them is a 2005 Harley Davidson FLHRI.
Maybe you've heard of those.
And then another one is a 2011 Harley Davidson FLHTK. This is an electric guide. Let me click on these really quickly. So this is a Harley Davidson. It's at our Chevrolet store in Huntington. It's a really, really good looking color. It's kind of brown and black. And it's $8,900. It's a great deal.
Okay, Ethan, you've got 30 seconds to steal the plans for friends and family pricing. You can't make a sound and don't touch anything.
Oh, shoot!
During the summer sticker sales event, get $500 bonus cash on select in-stock Sorrentos, Sportages, and Celtos, or choose financing as low as 1.9% for 60 months. Act before this message self-destructs.
Around here, folks know a good deal when they see one, and it starts at Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston. Whether you're exploring the hills or cruising through town, your perfect Jeep is waiting. With the area's best selection of new Jeeps, combined with friends and family pricing, you get a real value with zero hassle.
For limited time with Employee Pricing Plus, get rebates up to $2,500 on select brand new Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Shop 24/7 at DutchMillerJeep.com. There's a certain peace of mind that comes with owning a Subaru. Confidence in every turn, no matter the weather. At Dutch Miller Subaru, we're proud to offer vehicles built to last and protect, backed by award-winning safety and long-term value. And with friends and family pricing, you always get our best deal up front. No stress, no surprises.
Get financing rates as low as 3.9% for 72 months on new Outbacks or 2.9% for 60 months on brand new Crosstreks.
Shop 24/7 at DutchMillerSubaru.com.
Quick question from the viewers out there.
Do tell.
Our viewers want to know, how many times is too many times to see the same act in concert?
Oh,
this is loaded.
So I just saw Pearl Jam for the 22nd time.
That's where we're going with it.
Yeah,
that's why I said it was loaded.
Yeah, I still enjoy it. I've seen, I've seen Billy Joel a couple of times. I think everybody else I've seen just once, right? Unless am I forgetting?
How was Billy Joel?
Amazing. I mean, listen, he plays all the hits.
So compare Billy Joel to Pearl Jam when it comes to just a concert. Which one's more fun?
Oh gosh, I don't know. That's apples to oranges, man. Both are really fun. Yeah, because Billy Joel's got all those hits, especially if you're our age, right? I mean, I'm 49. I grew up listening to that, the black and white greatest hits album.
Oh, it's a great
It's like
one.
a double album.
Yeah.
I know every song, and he plays all that, so you're gonna get all that. Pearl Jam, again, I was like a '90s teenager, and then I kind of kept following them through the years. I don't know. Maybe Billy Joel is more fun.
What do you think is the most underrated Billy Joel song?
Underrated Billy Joel song. She's Got Away. She's Got Away. Probably underrated.
The Stranger.
Yeah, The Stranger.
That's a good one. Good Night Saigon.
Oh, so we got Goodnight Saigon at Wrigley Field, and they had all the servicemen and women up on stage with them,
man.
and the jets flew overhead right in the middle of the song. Man, I almost shed a tear, man. That was.
I bet that was awesome.
That was That's a good track.
Yep.
That was always one of my favorite ones before I heard it live.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's good.
So to answer your question, 22.
22 times. I would go see Pearl Jam again. I would
You
go
would?
see them again. Yeah. I mean, if they're around and I can go, I'm gonna go see them.
Like if you had a Pearl Jam concert and you could only pick one song to listen to, what would it be?
Oh no, I can't. No, it's. I get criticized by my friends because I always have my top 5 songs, and it just oscillates.
You couldn't even pick, you couldn't even speak a sentence when I asked you that.
Yeah, no, there's no way, no way. Yeah, not a shot. Not a shot.
Elderly woman behind the counter in a small town, hands down my favorite Pearl Jam song.
I love that song. That's a really good song. Yeah, there's no way.
That's a great one.
Yeah, that's probably in my top 20. Yeah.
That one's in your top 20?
Yeah.
I know, I've made it then. My favorite Pearl Jam songs in Wes's top 20 Pearl Jam songs.
Keep in mind, and then next week it might be in my top 5. It's always an oscillating.
Okay. It's based on the mood.
It is.
It's based on the mood of the writer.
It's art, Chris.
It is. Okay. All right.
It's subjective.
Is there any song that Pearl Jam has that you're like, that's just not a good song?
Oh, actually, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Johnny Guitar, no thanks. Let the Records Play, no thanks. Bugs, no. None of those.
Okay. All right. Wow. I learned something new about you today.
Yeah.
So
people at home are going, hey guys, why don't you shut up?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I've never seen a concert from a band or an artist more than once.
Because I know you were at Pearl Jam.
Yeah, I've been to Pearl Jam once.
Lexington.
Yeah.
You saw them in Lexington.
That was awesome.
I was with you for Lady Gaga, which, by the way, was an amazing concert.
We've seen Journey together with the Asian guy, not Steve Perry, as the lead singer.
And by the way, he wails.
He was great.
He knocks it out of the place. Sounds just like Steve Perry.
Yeah. You and I have seen Joe Walsh and
Lenny Kravitz.
We've seen Joe Walsh and Don Henley from the Eagles.
Yeah.
Not Don Henley. Joe Walsh and Dan Fry.
Is that what it was?
That's who it was. Yeah. Not Don Henley. Joe Walsh and Dan Fry together.
Yeah.
Doing Eagle stuff.
I feel like we're forgetting. Oh, Sting.
Sting was
So
killer.
when we saw Sting, I look down towards the stage and I see this person, the security guard, kind of like messing with somebody off the front of the stage, and it's Chris's wife. And I'm like, what's going on? The next thing I know, his wife's up on stage, and I go, wait a minute. And then my wife's up on stage. And so my wife and his wife are literally standing behind Sting, like taking pictures and dancing.
But it wasn't like really good dancing. It was like, like kind of like we got him on the stage and you didn't.
It's exactly how I would be dancing if I were behind Sting. I would probably even throw in the hee.
He was good too, wasn't he?
Sting might be one of the best things I've ever seen live.
Yeah,
Are we leaving Tears for Fears out of this?
Okay, well, Chris wasn't with me on that. I was with Tim. Tim and I saw Tears for Fears with Billy Idol and the Buggles, maybe. And we were at one of those like VH1 I Love the 80s things. We were in Los Angeles, actually, at the Forum.
I bet that was good.
Oh, Tears for Fears were amazing, and Billy Idol rocked out. Billy Idol sounded just like Billy Idol.
So I got 2 concerts coming up. One you got to come with me on.
Okay.
Chris Stapleton.
Bieber? Oh,
Yeah.
Stapleton. Okay.
Chris Stapleton is playing with Tyler Childers.
Okay. Is that in Lexington?
In Kentucky.
Oh, is this the
Yes.
Healing Appalachia?
Yes.
Okay.
I got his tickets.
Sweet.
And also, me, Cassie, Carter, and my daughter Charlotte are going to go see the Mumford & Sons.
Okay.
In Columbus.
You and I went and saw. Did we see Mumford? No, we saw the Abbott Brothers.
Yes, we saw the Abbott Brothers.
We saw the Abbott Brothers.
Okay, Ethan, you've got 30 seconds to steal the plans for friends and family pricing. You can't make a sound and don't touch anything.
During the summer sticker sales event, get $500 bonus cash on select in-stock Sorrentos, Sportages, and Celtos, or choose financing as low as 1.9% for 60 months. Act before this message self-destructs.
Summertime's here, and there's 3 things I can't wait to do. Turn a kiddie pool into a cowboy spa. Pure luxury. Mow my lawn into a maze. Hope I don't lose my dog. And avoid mosquitoes with my windows rolled up and my AC cranking in my brand new truck from Dutch Miller Ram of South Charleston.
For a limited time with employee pricing plus, get brand new Ram 1500s with interest rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months.
We've only got 3 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Any
we
more
sell cars,
music
by
you
the
want to
way.
talk about?
Hey, so not only do we have all these dealerships in West Virginia, we got all kinds of dealerships outside of West Virginia too.
You got dealerships in Kansas, Virginia, North Carolina,
Tennessee.
How about that?
Yeah, but
Bristol, Tennessee, that's right.
We are now in Huntington, Barbersville, South Charleston, Ripley, and Beckley, all in West Virginia.
How about that?
It's pretty spectacular.
And Wytheville, Virginia's not that far away if
close
you want to
enough,
go
yeah.
traveling on down there. And if you're in Wytheville, you might as well go on to Bristol.
There you go. We sold a couple of cars to a couple of vehicles at our Nissan store in Wytheville to some West Virginia residents this month.
Sure. Yeah, I can see that.
Crazy how that works.
Well, Wytheville for me is like if I'm on the way to Charlotte, Wytheville's like the first stop.
Sure.
That's where I stop and stretch the legs.
Is it?
Yeah.
I just get in the car if I'm going to Charlotte and go all the way down with that.
Ooh, I got something I want to talk about real quick.
What?
It's not important at all.
Okay.
I'm not a big candy guy.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I like some desserts, but candy, I'm not a big candy guy.
Yeah.
But I found a candy that I got a problem. Like I'm gonna have to have like an intervention
What is
to
it?
get me off of it. Freeze-dried Skittles. My buddy Oliver Frederick he's created a little freeze-dried company. He's a kid, and he's created this thing called Freeze King, and he freezes all these different like candies.
So it's just freeze-dried candies.
Okay, so take a Skittle. Imagine like you're popping it like a popcorn kernel. It
Okay,
pops.
yeah.
So now it's crunchy, has the flavor of a Skittle, but then dissolves in your mouth.
Huh. Okay.
You need to look up
Interesting.
Oliver Frederick, the Freeze King, and get some
Freeze King.
freeze-dried Skittles from Oliver.
What is your favorite candy that no one else likes?
Oh, favorite candy that no one else likes?
Dots. I love Dots.
Dots?
I love Dots. No one else in my family, like during Halloween, during trick or treat, there's all these Dots left over in the bags, and they're my favorite. So
I don't know if I have like a favorite candy that no one likes. I don't like black licorice or
nobody likes black licorice.
tea-berry gum or.
That's not bad.
Jeez.
I like tea-berry gum.
How?
I mean, it's like offensive. It's kind of like a Verner's. You ever drink a Verner's? You're like, "Gah, this is kind of good.
Like
it burns
somebody
my
made
nose."
this.
Yeah.
You know,
Almond Joy.
You like an Almond Joy, Dave?
I hate Almond Joy.
I like an Almond Joy. I'm a coconut guy.
I like coconut.
I'm a coconut dude.
Have you ever had coconut ice cream?
Oh, heck yeah.
I love coconut ice cream.
do it right now. I
Talenti
don't care.
coconut, and it's harder to find, is one of my favorites out
I
there.
like
It's
coconut
delicious.
milk. I like drinking out of a coconut.
That's water, but sure.
Well, okay. So, when I met you, you called it coconut water.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, my granddad and I would get a nail, hammer it into the
Yeah,
coconut,
yeah.
and then drink out of
Yeah.
it. And then he called that coconut milk.
Okay, well, whatever.
Okay.
Well, you call
So
it
I'm
milk,
going
I'll call
with
it
that.
water. I respect that. I respect. You
That's
know,
two granddad references in one show.
speaking of granddads, I still have my grandfather's watch.
Yeah, I have my grandfather's Armco retirement watch.
I have my grandfather's Timex watch, and still functions. Got it fixed.
Does it
I
have
wear
the? Is it the
occasionally.
type that like expands and
Yep,
stretches
it's
on? And
metal
then-
but stretchy.
and tears the hairs out of your
Yes,
arm?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it totally like pulls all the hairs out of your arm.
I've got that watch.
But anytime like I'm dressing up, just to kind of like do like a change of stuff, I wear that watch.
That's cool.
So if I have to put on a suit, I still wear my grandfather's Timex watch.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
To keep time?
It does. Well, still.
My grandfather's doesn't keep any time, but I wear it every now and then just out of memoriam.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that was a show about cars. Hey, folks, go to DutchMillerAuto.com. Check out all the new and pre-owned vehicles. Don't forget at Hyundai and Kia, you can get pre-owned certified at
Yeah,
Kia.
yeah.
You can also get a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty.
Yes, you can.
How about that?
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Chris Miller along with
Wes Thompson.
This is the Dutch Miller Auto Show. At Dutch Miller Subaru, the Subaru Love Promise isn't just a slogan, it's a commitment we live by every day. We're proud to support the community that supported us by partnering with organizations making a real difference. Organizations like the YWCA, who work to eliminate racism, empower women, help local families, and strengthen our communities. Because when we say love is what makes a Subaru, we mean it. Learn more about how we give back at DutchMillerSubaru.com.